2009 Triumph Rocket 3. I went out over the weekend. Temperature light came on. I'd done 60 miles and was stuck in traffic. And it's the first time I've seen the temperature light come on this bike. And I couldn't hear the fan running. So I pulled over, let the bike cool down 40 minutes, started up again, the light had gone off, and I drove about 40 miles. And basically I kept doing that all the way back on my 60-mile journey. I had to limp home. But as soon as the light came on, I would pull over. So it's obviously either the fan or the thermostat not kicking the fan on. Well, I run a bike on a budget, so here's what I did. And I did this on my previous BMW. On my BMW K100, the fan had packed up, and again they put the fans on the inside, which is stupid. When you're riding the bike, the wind's blowing this way and the fan is trying to push the air that away. The fans should be on the outside, blowing inwards, like they do on a Boss Hoss. Boss Hoss has a pair of fans, or one big fan, and it pushes the air back and all the heat off the engine backwards, exactly where it's supposed to go. So thankfully there was a guy on YouTube that was doing a clutch job on a Triumph Rocket 3, and to do the clutch you have to remove all the radiator, and the fan on this is behind the radiator, so to get to it you've actually got to move all this lot and take the radiator out completely. But what I did learn from this guy is that the wire coming from the fan comes up under in the middle of the frame, and it's got a plug on it, a connector plug. So I thought, let me see if the fan is broken or if it's the thermostat. So I removed the tank, which is easy. You've got a bolt there. Obviously you take the seat off, and there's a nut and a bolt that goes through the back, and you can just lift the tank off, and I just rested it over. That way I could see all the wiring in the centre of the bike. Found the plug, thanks to the guy on YouTube, disconnected the plug, and then I hardwired the fan from that plug to the battery, and the fan worked. So that told me the thermostat operating the fan is a problem. So as I'm on a budget, I decided to hardwire the fan directly. So as I say, I unhooked the plug, made new connectors for the female plug, which goes directly to the fan, and then run a wire straight to the battery with a switch. And the wire that I used was one of these from the fluorescent light. Now these are 110 volt, so that can take 12 volts all day long. So I cut off the plug there and put on two little spade connectors for the female plug, which goes directly to the fan. Cut off this piece here, put on two connectors that go to the battery. Unfortunately, on this piece of wire it has writing on the positive. That made it easy for me. That way I know the fan isn't actually grounded to anything because it's all plastic. So having run it from the cable from inside the frame there in the centre down through the centre, and here it is here. What you're looking at is one of those. And basically that's just an on-off switch. In fact, a manual switch is better than a thermostat, because the thermostat comes on when the bike is, oh, it's just about getting hot. Oh, I think I'll kick on the thermostat. It's better to run cool. I prefer a manual fan to an automatic thermostated fan, because that waits till the last minute before it switches on. When the bike's, oh, it's getting too hot. Well, I turn that on the minute I get on the bike, and it's on permanently. It's a 13-year-old bike. I'm not spending money on it. Later on I'll check into the thermostat deal, what's up with that, and I couldn't see anything on YouTube. I thought it might have been a corroded wires between the plug. That wasn't the case. But there you have it. Piece of cable from a Walmart $9 fluorescent light directly to the battery, and there's your switch. So it's all plastic, nothing can touch. And as I say, it's as you can see on there, that's the positive with a writing on it, which is, that helped out a great deal. And this can take 12 volts all day long under any kind of heat, and that's not going anywhere. And the other thing, if you were stuck somewhere with that problem and had a few tools on you and a bit of wire, of course, say you was at a Walmart, you could fix this at a Walmart. A few spade connectors, piece of that cable, and hook it up to your battery. Didn't take me too long to do it, and it cost me nothing, because I've got several of these lights with spare cables on them. So there you have it. How to fix the fan on a Triumph Rocket 3 for nothing. Yeehaw.